This is Matthew 24:12. It says, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. I like to give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Give honors to the apostle elders of Great Millstone who rule well. And salutations to all you brothers out there pushing this word in love, truth, sincerity, and humility. Once again, this is the brother Shati from the Chicago camp. Coming back to you with what I hope is another quick and edifying sit down. And this scripture was inspired by a little video here on Inside Edition. It says flight attendant gets 2 front teeth knocked out by passenger. So we'll let this play.
It's the sickening moment a female passenger repeatedly punches a flight attendant. Another passenger steps in to come to her aid. Moments later, the flight attendant is seen with blood pouring down her battered face. She lost 2 teeth in the shocking attack. It happened on a Southwest Airlines flight from Sacramento to San Diego. Witnesses say it started after the passenger took off her seatbelt after landing. The flight attendant told her to keep it on while taxiing, an instruction you hear on every flight in the world.
She stood up and just punched her in the face.
So you saw the passenger hit the flight attendant?
Oh yeah, I mean, she hit her so hard.
This passenger shot the dramatic video.
It's just sad to me that America is so frustrated right now. People don't want to be told what to do.
It's not the friendly skies anymore. Assaults on flight attendants are skyrocketing. They say they've been pushed, punched, slapped, even choked by unruly passengers. Now authorities fear there may be even more violence in the skies this Memorial Day weekend. The FAA usually handles 150 incidents of unruly passengers in a year. So far this year, there have been 2,500 cases, and it's only May.
The hostility that passengers are showing right now is unprecedented, and it becomes a challenge for flight attendants just on a day-to-day basis. They're being called names, they're being challenged, they're just facing situations that we've never had to face before.
Police say the woman who punched the flight attendant is 28-year-old Viviana Quinones. A fellow passenger posted, "Lady, welcome to the no-fly list."
If you misbehave on board an aircraft, you should be banned from flying on that airline for life.
Viviana Quinones was arrested on suspicion of battery causing serious injury. She claims she acted in self-defense.
Well, that's not what the video shows, but who knows what happened before the video. But nonetheless, as the woman said, you know, Americans are in a totally different state of mind since they've been locked up for a year. You got a whole bunch of angry, frustrated, depressed, sexually deprived people running all over the place, traveling, riding the bus. And if what they say in this video is true, that this woman just start putting hands on the chick just because of the seatbelt thing, well, like I said, that's kind of extreme for somebody to just start putting hands on a person, like especially like that. One thing I have noticed is that since this whole VIT Code 91 thing's been going around, all right, flight attendants' attitudes, they have changed as well. And we've seen lots of footage of them acting like they own the damn airlines. So I believe through the spirit was this Quinones lady probably, well, it ain't no probably, was she wrong? I mean, yeah, but could the flight attendant have said something out of order that possibly escalated the situations at this point? There's a possibility, but just going on the film, I mean, it totally looks like the flight attendant is in the right. But you heard what the lady said. The airline association usually dealt with like 1,500 some, like, or 150 some cases, and now it's up to like damn near almost 3,000. And that just goes to show that, hey, even when I was riding the airplanes when I was young, you didn't have this type of stuff. But folks, this is a totally different time. Matthew 24:12. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. And I remember back in the days, man, it was a shameful thing to fight in public. It really was. Stuff like this in the airplanes, on the bus, restaurants, things of that nature. I remember back in the day, if you actually saw something like that, it was very, very serious. You knew somebody said or did something very grievous to see two grown-ass people fighting on the bus, fighting on the plane, fighting in a restaurant, fighting in really any type of public setting. But now, it's like all bets off. And see, this is what happens when you got people that have absolutely no control of themselves, and the Lord is not dealing with them so they can have control over themselves. As the scripture says, and I'll probably end it on this. I think it says, he who rules his spirit. Yep. Hey, we can end that on both of those, Proverbs 16 and 25. We're going to do 25 and 28 first. And it says, Proverbs 25 and 28. It says, he that have no rule over his own spirit, all right, control, is like a city that is broken down and without walls. It's vulnerable to anything. And so in this instance where you got the flight attendant and this wildebeest, okay, something as simple as the flight attendant possibly being snotty set her off. And then she just putting hands on the chick. And see, that's what the scripture is talking about. Okay, a city without walls is vulnerable. That means any little thing can set you off. Somebody look at you wrong. You perceive somebody said the wrong thing. Somebody bumped into you. All right, now you ready to fight. All because of some petty shit. And now she's on the no-fly zone. And this is why the Lord said, when you go to Proverbs 16, that and 32, it says, he that is slow to anger is better than the mighty, and he that ruleth his spirit than he that taketh the city. Okay? Because if you have, when the Lord's dealing with you, you have power to control yourself. All right? Things that normally pissed you off, you don't go and just start saying anything or putting hands on people. All right, because when these things happen, the scripture comes to your mind. You have to let these things be frontlets. All right, the scripture says, hey, be not hasty to lay hands suddenly on a man. All right, agree with thine adversary when thou art in the way with them. A soft answer turns away wrath. See, these, and there's a whole bunch of other scriptures, but these are the scriptures that should come to mind. And so when you get in jams like this, you say, you know what? This is what the scripture says. Be wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove. All right. So how should I proceed in doing this? Because as the scripture said, I need to do things decently and in order. See, these are the things that when the Lord's dealing with you, you take to mind, and therefore you avoid situations like this. Now the chick got a criminal record and she's on the no-fly zone. All right. And this is the type of behavior that you see running wild in this world. All right. You got niggas fighting at a drop of a dime everywhere. Grocery store, restaurant, airline, bus station, the middle of the street, on the highways, on rooftops. The niggas are fighting everywhere for no damn reason. Just behaving like brute beasts. But as I said before, that's all because the Lord is not dealing with them. And see, this is how people set us apart from these niggas in the world, because they know that the Lord is dealing with us because the way we behave. Doesn't the scripture say, hey, people will know who my disciples are by the love that ye have for one another? All right. Love is an action that, according to the Bible, is following the commandments, which one of them is ruling over your spirit, using knowledge, wisdom, and understanding to conduct your life, your everyday life, in a way that's pleasing to the Lord. This is how people know there's a difference between us and these damn brute beasts out here. This is why you don't see men of the Lord in jams like this. Because the Lord has given us, through the Spirit and power of Yahweh by Shem Shai, the Spirit to behave in a way that gives us a good rapport with people who are in the truth and people who are without the truth. So, brothers, let this and other things be good examples of what not to do. And if the Lord is dealing with you, to continue to do in an orderly fashion. So that's all I wanted to say on that. I hope you all were edified. And until the next time, we're going to say Shalom.